You are sitting across from someone, maybe it is a friend, a partner, a colleague. They go quiet for a second, and before they have said a single word, your brain has already written the whole story. They are upset with you, or they are bored, or they are deciding something about you that you are not going to like. You did not choose to do that. It just happened, automatically. Instantly. We call this reading the room. We think of it as a social skill, a kind of low-grade superpower that separates the emotionally intelligent from the emotionally oblivious. But here is what nobody tells you. Humans have spent roughly 6 million years evolving this ability, and after all of that, the average person correctly identifies what another person is actually feeling about 60% of the time, barely better than a coin flip. So the easy question is, what would it feel like to be truly understood? The harder one is, what would it actually do to us if we could see inside each other's heads completely? And would we survive it? In 1997, a psychologist named William Ickes was watching couples through a one-way mirror, not in a clinical sense, not measuring heart rates or cortisol. He was doing something much stranger. He was asking people to narrate their own thoughts in real time, then comparing those narrations to what their partners had privately written down about what they believed the other person was thinking. He called it empathic accuracy, and what he found quietly dismantled a century of assumptions about human connection. The couples who scored highest on empathic accuracy, the ones who could most precisely identify what their partner was actually thinking and feeling moment to moment, were not the happiest. In many cases, they were the most distressed, because the thoughts inside a partner's head at any given moment are not a highlight reel, they are mundane. They are selfish. They are occasionally cruel in the way that all private human thought is occasionally cruel. What Ickes had stumbled onto was this: intimacy does not require accuracy. It requires a very specific, carefully maintained level of not knowing. We do not read minds. We author them. We write versions of other people that we can live alongside, and that fiction, it turns out, is load-bearing. So why does the brain do this? Why construct a story instead of just perceiving the truth? The answer lives in a structure called the default mode network, a web of brain regions that activates not when you are doing something, but when you are doing nothing, when you are staring at the ceiling, when you are sitting across from someone in silence. In 2001, neuroscientist Marcus Rachel first mapped this network properly, and researchers quickly noticed something unsettling. The same system the brain uses to imagine the future is the system it uses to model other people's minds. Simulation and social cognition run on identical hardware, which means your brain is not reading the person across from you. It is running a predictive model of them built from memory, past experience, and a staggering number of unconscious assumptions. Psychologist Nicholas Epley at the University of Chicago spent years documenting just how systematically wrong those models are. Strangers underestimate how much others like them. Spouses overestimate how transparent their emotions are. Managers consistently misread what their teams actually want. The brain is not a mind reader. It is a novelist, and like any novelist, it has a tendency to make the story more coherent and more about the narrator than reality ever actually is.